Hi, I'm Molly Gold, home organization expert at GoMomInc.com, and today we're talking about what to pack for spring break at Walt Disney World. You know, it's one of my favorite places, probably my favorite place on earth. I served my college program there many years ago over the spring and over the spring break season, and it does present a unique set of packing needs that you need to keep in mind, and especially if you're taking tweens or teens. It's a game changer. I was recently there with my tween at the beginning of this month. The month of March is really when the crush of spring break happens. And there were some aha moments about her participation in the entire packing process and managing her things at the park. And I think it's time to share those with you. So first and foremost, head over to GoMomInc.com and get your free printable What to Pack for Disney checklist. You knew we'd have one. There's 2 pages to this checklist. One is the overview things that you as the trip coordinator are going to be responsible for. But the other is a simple what to pack for Disney list. And you see that little blank square? Each child has a name. Name goes in the square, form goes in the hand, child packs, mom double checks or dad double checks, suitcase gets zipped and you're off and running. So that's simplest. But there are a few things that really stuck out for me that I think would be helpful for you if you're taking tweens and teens who will have more independence in the parks than ever before. First, give them a cinch sack all on their own. They are plenty big enough to carry their own things and manage them throughout the day. I'm not joking. My daughter had absolutely no problem carrying hers around. Second, it's spring break, which means this may be the first time that you're really encountering the hottest weather yet of the season, especially if you're coming from way up north. You're gonna have some seriously hot days. Bring a water bottle or buy a water bottle there that you refill. You can refill at any water fountain for free all day long. Make sure your kids have their own water bottles in their cinch sack because they're gonna need to stay hydrated. Next, baseball caps or visors, but I prefer baseball caps and I'll tell you why. Again, back to that heat. The park may not be fully in bloom just yet, which means there might be less shade depending on when you travel, in March specifically, than you need. And if you get an 87 or a 90-degree day with very little shade and lots of waiting in line, you're gonna really wish that you had these. Now, you and I both know that Disney does a magical job making sure that all of the queues are as well covered as they can be, but there's lots of walking. The average person, I think, walks between 7 and 8 miles a day at Disney World. Yeah, that's a lot of walking. Hats, make sure they have a hat in their cinch sack. The opposite extreme is layers. I don't usually buy anything in the park, and this time, oh, did we buy sweatshirts in the park because we had some really cold weather. It never broke 55 on our first day. That was cold, it was unexpected, it was cloudy, there was no sun, and there was wind. So pack ahead to have the layers, and if you know that you're going to stay at the parks all day and it could get chillier in the evening, you're going to be really glad to have had that second layer. It doesn't have to be a sweatshirt. You definitely want to have a poncho tucked in there because you never know, but just something so that when you're sitting there watching fireworks at 11 o'clock at night, people aren't both cold and tired and complaining. And then you want to make sure that they have whatever souvenir is important to them. Now, me, of course, I would be wearing my lanyard, and so would my child. But if you're still finding that your child wants to carry around an autograph book, their cinch sack is the place for them to do that and be responsible for that. Their music, iPod Touch. Great way to take pictures, great way to listen to music, both of which will keep a tween or a teen very happy while they have to wait, while they have to do things in transition. My daughter used it for pictures, which she's very happy to have her own storybook of pictures after the fact. And then the final thing that could be the most liberating is going to be the magic bands. When you have magic bands, it enables you to give your child some independence. Independence with a fast pass system, meaning if you want to divide and conquer and go to separate rides, they don't need to have a fast pass ticket, they're going to have it on their magic band. It's going to give them independence financially. If you're staying at a Disney resort, you can allow your child to buy food, buy merchandise, and charge it directly to the fast band or the magic band. Of course, you want to keep in mind that there's a budget with all that, but this affords independence. And I think that's what this video is really all about. When you're talking about going to Disney for spring break, especially if you're talking about older kids, independence is now part of the process. There are rules about supervising your children at Disney, how old or young they can be to have time away from you. You just may split up in groups, one parent with one set of kids, another parent with another set of kids. but you want to start to give your children a sense of ownership, a sense of, I can do this, a sense of reasonable safety measures for them to navigate. And if you follow these tips for what to pack for Disney on spring break, that should help you. Tell me, if you've gone to Disney on spring break, what was the most valuable thing that you packed for your children to be responsible for themselves? Thanks so much for the WDW Big Fun fam for making me think more about the tweens and teens angle of time at Walt Disney World. It truly is the most magical place on earth, and I'm so blessed to have been there recently so I could share these tips with you. I hope you have a great trip if you're going soon. Let us know about it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.